Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we will work the Lindsay bag. I hope you will enjoy this tutorial and you will try to make this beautiful bag for the summer. So I'm using macrame yarn. This is a single strand macrame yarn and it's a 2 millimeters. It's something that I found in a local shop, so I don't know what is the brand, and we will be using a 4 millimeter crochet hook. I was feeling that the hook size is a bit too small, but I wanted to have a thick fabric appropriate for a bag. So because my stitch pattern for the trunk requires a multiple of 3 stitches, and I want to make an oval base, and to do so I will need a multiple of 3 stitches to have after finishing the base. So if I'm not counting the last and the first stitch in my chain, which will be the stitches in which we will do the increases, the rest of the chain needs to be a multiple of 3 as well. My side, so the where we will do the increases, because we are working a single crochet base, this section will have a multiple of 3. So the only thing that I need to calculate is to have in between the stitches again a multiple of 3. So I started with, I will have 41 stitches into my chain. So if I'm not counting the first and the last stitch, I will have 39 stitches for my base, which is a multiple of 3 stitches. Now if you want to approximate the width of your bag, it's a better idea to make the swatch into the shell stitch pattern that we will be using for the trunk of the bag. You will find stitch charts into the written pattern, and also you will find a free version of the pattern on my website to follow along with this video tutorial. So now let's just get started with our base. So I have 41 stitches. You will need 42 in total because you will need to have the starting chain. And now we will single crochet into each stitch until the last one. This means that we will work 40 single crochet stitches. So here basically my first stitch is the increase stitch, and now into the last one we need to work 3 single crochet so we can turn on the other side of the chain. And now we will continue with 39 single crochet, and we will work the single crochet into the base of the single crochet stitches or the other side of the chain. and into the last chain where we worked the first single crochet, we will need to complete the increase and work 2 more single crochet stitches. Okay, so now into the last stitch, or the first one if you want to look at the first stitch, we will work 2 more single crochets. And then we will slip stitch into the first stitch. Okay, so now we have the setup row. So what we will need to do is to use some stitch markers, and I will put the stitch markers to mark the 39 stitches in the middle, because it's easier like this, because what we have on the sides is basically a circle increase. So if you mark the stitches that are remaining the same, I find it easier to know where I need to make the increases. So those 3 stitches that we have on the sides we're not counting, so we are putting the stitch markers right into the next stitches. So at the beginning of the round, my first stitch is the first stitch of the increase, and I will place a stitch marker into the second one. So this is my first stitch, 1 2 3, and then I will put a stitch marker into the next one. And if I'm counting now 39 stitches, I need to put the second stitch marker, which I place it at the first, the other stitch marker. Now I'm counting 3 stitches on each side, and you need to have basically 3 stitches 39, 3 stitches 39. Okay, so now we have the stitch marker placed, and we can start working on our base. And I said that on the sides we have the increases as it will be for the circle. So now into the first stitch I will chain 1, and into the first stitch I will work 2 single crochet. Then I will continue with 39 single crochet, which are the stitches, the marked stitches. Always place the remove and place the stitch marker right into the next stitch after the increase. So now we will work 39 single crochet. And then into, so this is my last one where I have the stitch marker. And then into the next 3 stitches we will work 2 single crochet. And now again 39 single crochet, and we will finish the round with the last 2 increases. So now the 39th single crochet on this side, and we have 2 stitches left, and we will work 2 single crochet in each of them. Okay, so I slip stitch into the first single crochet, and now the increase pattern for the sides will be 1 increase, 1 single crochet. So I have the first 2 stitches before the 39 stitches that I have, and you can start either with 1 single crochet, either with 1 increase. It's depending on how you would like to start your round. And on this size and on the other one, we will do 1 increase and 1 single crochet. So chain 1. So I have 2 stitches here, and into the first stitch you can work 2 single crochet, or you can work 2 single crochet or 1 single crochet, but you need to follow this increase pattern. So 1 increase, 1 single crochet. So I'm doing 2 single crochet into the first stitch, then 1 single crochet into the next, then I will remove the stitch marker and I will work 39 single crochets, okay, working the marked stitch now, and then we need to continue with the increase pattern. So we started with 2 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 single crochet in next. So now I will have to continue with 2 single crochet into the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet. So we need to think on this side increases as for a circle. So if we're removing the 39 stitches in the middle, we need to have 1 circle. So that's why if I ended with before the stitch marker I worked 1 single crochet, then I need to continue my increase pattern with 2 single crochet. So now I will work 2 single crochet, then 1 single crochet next, then 2 single crochet, one single crochet in next, then 2 single crochet, and 1 single crochet in next. Now from stitch marker to the stitch marker I will have again 39 single crochet stitches, and after the 4th mark stitch I will need to continue the increase pattern. So I had 1 single crochet, so now I will continue with 2 single crochet into the next stitch after the stitch marker, and then 1 single crochet next, and we will repeat one more time. So 2 single crochet next and 1 single crochet into the last stitch, and we will slip stitch into the first single crochet. Okay, so we finished the third row. Now the increase pattern on the sides will be 1 increase and 2 single crochets. So you can start again with whatever you want, either 1 increase or with the 2 single crochet. We have 3 stitches at the beginning before the stitch marker. So we need to make 1 increase and 2 single crochets, or 2 single crochets and 1 increase. I like to alternate, so not starting with an increase all the time. So I worked 1 single crochet into the first 2 stitches and then 2 single crochet in next. Now I will continue with 39 single crochet, and then on the other side we will continue the increase pattern. So because we finish with 2 single crochet, then into the stitch after the stitch marker we will start working the the 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, followed by 1 increase. So as I said before, if we try to see these sides as a circle, then it will be easier to understand how the increases are made. If you will remove the 39 stitches in the middle, you need to have a perfect circle, so this will give you a perfect oval shape. So now on the other side you need to continue with the increase pattern and finish the round. So here after the marked stitch, so before the first stitch marker I had 1 increase, so now I will work 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, followed by 1 increase, and we will repeat this 3 times, so 2 more times. And then we will continue with 39 stitches that we have from stitch marker to stitch marker. And now we will continue with the increase pattern. So we finished before the stitch marker with 2 single crochets, so now we need to start with an increase. Oh, we finish with an increase, so we need to start with one single crochet into the first 2 stitches, followed by one increase, and we will repeat one more time into the last 3 stitches. Close the round with a slip stitch into the first single crochet. And now basically our base is done. If you want, you can add more rounds and keep the increase pattern on the sides. So if you want your base to be wider, then you need to continue and make the increases on the sides. So now for the next round it will be 3 single crochet, 1 increase that you will repeat 3 times on each side. And with every round that you will want to add, you will need to add 1 single crochet in between the increases. But take into account that if you want to add more width on the base, you will also add length. Okay, so now this is my base now. I finished this 4 rounds and I don't want to add any more. So now to add a border at the beginning of the bag, we will work a few more rounds in single crochet. I just measured the base, so if you want to add more rounds, if you want a wider bag, then you can work a few more rounds. But with the shell stitch pattern that we will be working, it will increase a bit. So now if you want to calculate with how many stitches to start, of course this is not something that you should do after finishing the base. It's about going at the beginning to know with how many stitches you will need to start to make it smaller or bigger. The thing is that you should go always with a multiple of 3 stitches for the base chain, and then adding 2 stitches, which will be the increase stitches at the beginning and at the end of the base chain. So this multiple of 3 is only for this specific pattern, because we will be working the trunk into this shell stitch pattern that requires a multiple of 3 stitches. And now that we finish, we will start working on the border. We finish with the increases, so now you can remove the stitch markers because we don't need them anymore. And we will start working in single crochet all around. So without making any increases. And I will work in total 6 rounds, so I will have 10 rounds in total with the base if I'm counting from the foundation chain. If you want this border to be wider, you can add and work more rows or rounds, so it's depending on your taste. So now I will continue and work 6 more rounds, working only single crochet stitches into each round, into each stitch. Okay, so I finished 6 rounds. Now I have 10 rounds in total, counting from the foundation chain, and now we will start working our shell stitch pattern. If you would like to work more rounds here, you can add as many rounds as you wish, working just in the single crochet pattern. So at the end of this base, actually before start working on this border, you will need to have a multiple of 3 stitches. So now we will start with 1 single crochet into the first stitch, then we will chain 3, we will skip the next 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet in next, and then chain 3, skip the next 2 stitches, and we will repeat this section until the end of the round. We will finish the round with chain 3, skip the last 2 stitches and slip stitch into the first single crochet. If the stitch is too small, then you can use a smaller crochet hook to just make the slip stitch. And now we will start with our next round. With chain 3, and then we will work into the same stitch 1 double crochet, and another double crochet into the same first single crochet. Then we will continue with 1 single crochet into the 3 chain space, and then into the next single crochet we will work 3 double crochet, and then again into the next 3 chain space 1 single crochet, and we will repeat the section to the end of the round. And to finish the round, we will single crochet into the last 3 chain space and then slip stitch into the 3rd chain. Now to start the next round, we will need to start from the middle double crochet, so from the 2nd stitch. So we will go there with a slip stitch, and then chain 1 and start with 1 single crochet, chain 3, skip the next double crochet, single crochet and double crochet, and go into the middle double crochet and work a single crochet. Then again chain 3, and we will repeat the section to the end of the round. And then we will continue to repeat these 2 rounds until we will get to the desired height of the bag. I worked in total 22-24 rounds. It's depending on your taste as well and how big you want your bag to be. And then we will meet again to see how to finish the trunk of the bag, because your last row needs to be the shell with groups of 3 double crochet. Okay, so I finish this length or height of the bag, and now we will need to work another border in single crochet, but before that we need to work a specific round that will make the stitch count to be the same as when we started to work on the shell stitch. So here we skipped only 2 stitches in between the chain 3, so now to have the same number of stitches I will start with a single crochet, then chain only 2 instead of 3, and then go into the middle double crochet and work a single crochet, and again chain 2 and go into the middle double crochet and work a single crochet. And we will repeat this section all around to the end of the round. Okay, now that we finished this row, we can start and work 1 single crochet all around. So we are back again to a multiple of 3 stitches as we started. And we will work 1 single crochet into each stitch around, and we will repeat this round. I worked in total 4 rounds just in single crochet after finishing this shell stitch pattern, but again it's valid as for the beginning of the trunk. If you want this section to be wider, then you can work as many rows or rounds as you want. Okay, so I finished the first round. Now it's easier to go and continue working single crochet in each stitch around. And as I said, I will work in total 4 rounds in single crochet. Okay, after finishing these 4 rounds, if you want to continue and working the bag handles, you can do so. You can simply go and work from the beginning of the round. Make sure that you count the stitches where you want your bag handle or strap to start, and then work the single crochet up to then continue and work the chain stitches, and then mark the stitch where you need to start working again. And on the other side you should work the same, and for the next few rounds you will work single crochet stitches all around, including the bag straps. So this is one of the methods that you have to work the handles. I do have these handles over here that I bought from Hobby, and I will put these ones. I think this one are to be placed with some specific pins, which I have, but to place them I will need like a plastic ring to put on the back side of the bag to make sure that those small needles won't get out through the crocheted fabric. So I don't have those, so that's why I won't be able to use them, but just to know that you can place them like this. So if you have those plastic stoppers, then it's easier to make sure that your bag handle will stay in place. Otherwise these small pins will get out from the crocheted fabric and it's not a good idea. So if you want an easier version, this is the Tosayud bag that I made a few years back, and this is the handles that I bought from Etsy, and you can see that you have this small holes where you can use a sewing needle to simply sew the handles to the bag. So now I will use the needle and the yarn. You need to make sure that your needle will get through the handles holes, and I will just simply use the yarn and secure these handles. This is a bit difficult because I only have these 2 holes into the back handle, so I hope that it will hold. If not, I'm thinking that I can buy some other handles that similar with the one that I showed you. I think those are better to use for this types of bag. And also it remains the option to simply crochet the handles, and or I saw some beautiful version with using some scarves to just tie them as and use them as handles. So I'm counting the shells that I have from one side to the spot that I want the handle to be, and I'm trying to figure out how to secure this handle as better as possible. Having only 2 holes, this will be difficult, but we'll see. So the thing is that you need to go back and front as many times as you wish and as you think that this will hold. So now I will go like this and make kind of a braid maybe it'll hold better. I don't know yet. It's the first time that I'm using this type of handles and trying to sew them, and I hope that they will hold. If not, I saw someone said to use or try to recycle some handles from maybe an old bag, so there are many possibilities to make this bag functional and to use it. And basically, after we finish and attaching this handle, this bag is done. Because I'm working and sewing with a thicker yarn with this macrame cord, I like to use either to secure the ends, either to use sewing thread and needle to just sew the ends, or you can use a hot glue gun or a fabric glue to just make sure that your ends are secured. And I will repeat this process over here if I will remember how I did it for the other 4 places. So, and then basically the bag is done. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was also this tutorial was like in parts in my weekly journals. We did like a crochet along, but because I just released the written pattern for the bag, I said that it will be useful for those people who are buying the pattern to have a link to a video tutorial with and not too many links to some videos where I'm talking about something else as well. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching, and see you next time with another crochet tutorial.